All right, so here we're looking for the LCM, the lowest common multiple. And again, we could ask you to find that between two numbers or three. So the first example would be find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 40. Oh, and I just want to point out, PPCM is for French, Petit, Commun, Petit. Okay? So we want to find the lowest common multiple of 6 and 40. So basically what that means is, if I were to find all my multiples of 6, so 6, 12, 18, and all my multiples of 40, 40, 80, 120, where would they meet up? Where's the first number they would meet up? All right. So for some, you can figure that out without doing the method. But for most questions that the teachers are going to ask you, you'll have to do the tree method. All right. It's quite different than the GCF, so please follow. We still start with the tree, so 6 and 40. And again, 2 and 3. Well, that's done. Okay. And then I'm here with, let's say, 4 and 10, 2 and 2, 5 and 2. So instead of writing it as a multiplication, we're going to write it as a product of power. Okay? So product of power. So 2 times 3, that's how I can write it. And here I would have 2 to the power of 3 times 5. See how I have 3 2's? Okay, times 5. So how we find the lowest common multiple is by looking at our prime factors, okay? And the reason we have to do this is because it really helps us to find what is the biggest common between the two that they have. So if I look at my prime factor, my prime number 2, I have 2 and I have 2 to the power of 3. You always take the one that has the biggest exponent. So 2 to the power of 3 would be part of my first answer. And then I look at 3. Well, I only have the 1 3, and so I need to multiply that to get my answer. And same with the 5. I have the 5, so times 5. Okay? So the only one, basically, that I need to pair up is the 2. That's the only one that's common between the two, and I need to look at the biggest exponent. So I did pick 2 to the power of 3, and this would be my lowest common multiple. And then, often enough, the teacher asks you to actually find it. So with your calculator, this would be 8 times 3 times 5. So this would be 24 times 5, giving me 120. My math is right. All right, so 120 would be my LCM. So let's do an example. Okay, so find the lowest common multiple of 14 and 20. Okay, so I have 14 and 20. 14, I'm thinking of 7 times 2. Then I'm done. All right, so 7 times 2. And then I here for 20, I have 4 times 5, 2 times 2. And again, you could have thought of 2 times 10. It doesn't matter. You will get the same answer. So this is 2 to the power of 2 times 5. Okay, so I look at all my prime factors, and I have 7 that's not anywhere else. So the biggest one with the biggest exponent is 7 to the power of 1. Then I have 2, so 2 is common, and I need to pick the one that has the biggest exponent, so 2 times 2. And then I have the 5. So my answer would be 7 times 4 times 5, so 7 times 20 is 140. All right, so my LCM would be 140.